Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seat. The show is about to start. Hey guys, what's up? This is Phoebe.
This is Mike.
This is episode number 49 of the Mike and Phoebe Show. And today we have our regular in-studio guest, Stephen Hale, joining us back from the city of Perris, the Public Information Officer. Hey, Stephen.
Hey, guys. Thanks for having me back in studio.
Yeah. We missed you. It's been a little bit.
It took me a little bit. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
That's okay.
No worries. So we got a lot to catch up on.
Yes.
So tell me about the Pet Expo.
Yes. We had the Pet Expo. What was that? This past weekend? No, 2 weekends ago.
Yeah, 2 weekends.
Man, what a cool event that was. That was one of our events that has been really highly requested by our community. It went away for a few years. I think we took 5 years off from our previous Pet Expo or Pets on Parade event, a couple different names for it. But that was a big one where people could come show off their dogs and their little four-legged friends. We had almost a little bit over 200 residents came out with their pets and just got to have a good pet day. I'm a pet lover myself. I got a couple puppies at home. But they had everything was just, very centered around their pets. So that we did obviously a parade. That's the big one that everybody likes to do. But I thought it was cool that they also had some other activities. They did free microchipping, in the community.
Yes,
I think our animal control officers, I think the number they had was 109 microchips that they gave out on that day.
Wow.
They had some service animal demonstrations, a couple, variations of, they had a costume contest as well. And they had a kids corner where they let the little ones go. And I liked how they did it at the at Liberty Park. It was fenced in, so people got to do that. Of course, you guys were out there, participating in the parade, so that was good. It was just a really good event. I think that event is going to stick around for a while. And I think it was a big hit, and we expect to see that just get a little bit bigger and continue to grow. So it was a good event for our Pets on Parade at Liberty Park. It was a good Pet Expo.
Yeah, we had a blast then. It was a beautiful day. The sun came out. It was warm.
Yeah.
The previous weekend, it was like rainy.
Yeah, it was a little
cold and
overcast.
cloudy.
Yep.
Yeah,
And that was a good weekend to have it on.
Yes.
So it's good when we get to do that and let everybody come show off their four-legged friends. Your pets are like your family.
Yeah, they are.
So it's good to get even the four-legged guys involved too.
Yeah, and that was a good turnout for
Yes, it
after
was.
5 years.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. To take a delay like that and still get, 200 people with their pets to come out there. I know our animal control team was very pleased with that. It was just a good day all around. So we're glad to have that event back and look forward to the one next year.
And that should be twice the size,
Yep.
if
Yeah.
not more.
We're very excited to participate again in the parade part. So we were very honored and blessed that we were able to do the commentaries and
That was
see
cool.
the little doggies in their
I
costume.
know.
It was so cute.
Hashtag adorbs.
Yes, it was so fun. Absolutely. And I've been seeing, Stephen, online about your customer satisfaction survey. You
Yes.
want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah. So that's something that we have, as a city staff, and especially with our executive leadership team, we've, as employees, have tried very hard to look around the city and just see what we can do better. A lot of times you can't meet every single need that you have in the city. So many different people have so many different needs or the different variations. But one thing you can always do is you can provide people with good customer service, even if you cannot always solve their issue or whatever the challenge is that's brought to you. So our team has looked at how we can be better, and we have now put out customer satisfaction surveys at our counter services around the city. So whether that's if you're just coming into our administration building, maybe you're coming into the city council offices, maybe you're going in to go pay your water bill or your utility bill, maybe you're working with our community services or our development team. There's little QR codes that are at these front counters. You pull out your smartphone, you take scan it with your camera, and then it'll take you to a link where you can just fill out a very quick survey to see, if you were treated fairly. Did somebody answer your question? How long did you have to wait? Were you able to resolve your issue? Did they give you a solution? How did all this work out? And what this does is it just gives us a data point where we can look back and see how well we're doing with our customers, residents, business owners, developers, just community stakeholders in general. We're calling them customers, but hey, if you're coming into Perris and you need counter services, then technically you're a customer of ours. And so we just want to do better where we can. That then generates an email. It goes to our department heads, our city leadership, and it kind of gives us a way where we can evaluate ourselves, evaluate our employees, and look around. And so I do think it's something that will be a beneficial tool for us. And it takes you 3 minutes, Mike. It's super easy to just pull it out on your smartphone, fill out the quick information. You can leave it anonymous and make your submission, and then you're done. And it helps us, with our overall vision. So next time you're at City Hall campus, regardless of where you go, look for that little QR code, scan it with your smartphone, and fill out that survey. It just takes you a few quick minutes to answer a couple questions.
You know what I've seen also online, and I think this is a great tool that you guys started. It's a great program because it's good to get feedback.
Yes.
To receive feedback in a constructive manner, and also where the feedback is going.
Yes.
It's not falling on deaf ears. I see a lot of feedback online on social media. Obviously, everyone's online. So it's really easy just to go on your phone and make a comment on something. But
you're already making a comment.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
But you don't know if that's going to go to the appropriate department.
Right.
Because
exactly.
whoever's handling social media may not be able to forward XYZ to the appropriate department. So I think this is a great tool to have.
Right. And that's a good point, Phoebe, because it's also important to remember that social media, it's not an official form. It's an official form of communication. I guess a better way to say it is it's not an efficient form of communication. We get so many comments and so many discussions, and we're limited in our ability to navigate all of that stuff. But we also know that social media it's a channel that's, I don't want to say it's not always monitored, but it's very difficult to filter through some of that. One thing we've noticed is various social media channels might have when you send a message, depending on what the person sending the message, their profile is set up as, these social media sites have various filters in place. A lot of times it might go into a spam or a junk folder. It might go into a pending message request. And that's not because of how the city stuff is. That's how your setup is. One of the things I noticed is sometimes people have their profiles set to private, and then we can't respond back to them, or they have their direct messaging turned off. So I have had messages before where I see the message and I try and reply, and I can't because the user has disabled direct messages. And so all that to be said is, you're right. This is a good tool for us to work with our comments that we have. Think of it like a comment box. And so we want to hear from you. We want to know how we can get better, and we want to know how we can just improve your overall experience as a customer coming to Perris.
Yeah, because we've even seen, because I handle our social media, and I agree with what you're saying. People will surely post a comment or they'll send the message, but then you may not. And another thing, it'll get lost in the plethora of bazillion messages and DMs and all that. Tons of comments, and I'm sure City of Perris gets so much more than what we do. So I agree. This is a great tool to utilize and to make sure that your voice is heard.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not even to get on the social media tangent, but we've looked really hard at our social media in probably the last 3 or 4 years, particularly with COVID and the big shutdown. A large part of our communication came out through our social media channels. Prior to COVID, the city of Perris had about 3,000 followers on our Instagram account. We were probably, we had more than that on Facebook. I don't have the Facebook numbers in front of me, but just since the pandemic, we just passed 15,000 on our Instagram.
Nice.
So that is great that we have that many people who are following us. What that also means is now we went from 3,000 messages to 15,000 messages. Not that everybody's sending messages, but when you send a comment, hey, what time does this event open? Man, there are so many comments that come through. It's not that I'm ignoring you or our team is ignoring you, but we're trying to get through all of them. On these types of things, when you send out a customer satisfaction, that's designated to go to a specific department with a representative whose job is to wait for that incoming message, or at least, they're looking for that. And so it tailors it a little bit rather than just mass messaging, hey, can you post our community event, or can, what's going on? There's just so much. So this kind of, like I said earlier, it's efficient in order to get that across. So please, if you haven't done so yet, fill out the customer satisfaction survey. We appreciate you following us on social media, but please don't think that because you wrote it on social media that we saw it. That's not a good way to.
Well, the good thing there too is when they actually do this, they scan it. Nothing goes out anywhere else. So nobody actually sees what they say.
That's right.
Yes.
It just goes straight to what it is, and that's all. So you don't have 30,000 people seeing, what they actually wrote.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. And this is also, because it's not it's open to anyone, but when you make a post on social media, it's not just City of Perris people that see that. I mean, it could be anybody, and we all know that there's trolls online and there's bots and all kinds of stuff that might push things out of your feed, and so you miss this, you miss that. When you do this, you're doing it with a specific purpose, and that means that specific people are looking for your response. So please fill out this customer satisfaction survey and let us know how we're doing.
Yes, because your voice will be heard in this manner. Yep. Yeah, fantastic. So tell me about the Arts and Culture Month.
Yes, Arts and Culture Month. This is something that originated out of Riverside County. Previously, we had the mayor and the city council issued a proclamation to a gentleman, Mr. Martin DeCastro, of the Riverside County Office of Economic Development, where we recognize March 2024 as Riverside County's Arts and Cultural Month. Now, here is an excellent opportunity for us to celebrate and showcase the wide array of artistic expressions and traditions that contribute not just to Perris, but to all of Riverside County. And we're thankful for the Riverside County Office of Economic Development for extending this invitation to us. And we just want to make sure that we're doing our part here in Perris to support the vision of arts and culture. Now, arts and culture is very important to Perris. We had a mural painted a couple years ago right down D Street, a big mural about the history of Perris. If you walk through our city council chambers, there's art and murals inside the chamber. We did our, Enchanted Hills Park, the one that opened last year, where they had the rock garden, where we let kids come in and paint some of those rocks. We have the cultural component of this. Perris was one of the second cities in the entire nation to build a monument and celebrate International Mother Language Day every year on February 21st. And now we have we just did a new promotion for that with our Bangladeshi community. Culture and the arts is very important to the city of Perris. And so when we heard about this opportunity with Riverside, we wanted to jump on board with them. We issued a proclamation. And so all month long, we've just been kind of adding to that arts and cultural kind of feel that goes throughout Perris. And we're going to continue to do so. Perris is a very diverse community, a lot of different backgrounds, ethnicities, and there's also a ton of art that's living right here. And the last thing I'll say about this is, as a member of the media department here in the city of Perris, named after Clarence Muse, Oscar winner from Perris, and that falls into our arts and culture. So we're very proud of everything that goes into our arts and culture community here, and we're going to continue to do that moving forward.
That's awesome. So with this proclamation that you were talking about, Stephen, do people submit their art, or what is it exactly that this program entails?
So what this is going to do is more so for this month, we're just going to feature a lot more artistic stuff that exists and continue to be a part of the overall storytelling component of existing art and existing cultures that are around. Throughout the year, there's several initiatives that the city offers that the public can get involved in. The public art campaigns and initiatives and so forth. This right here is more of us joining with Riverside County and saying, yes, we are a proponent of that. Here's the art that we have to offer. So we've shown some of that on our social media. We've put some of it in our marketing products and in our at some of our events. We've really wanted to do that. We'll have some more things where, we might have dance performances, or maybe we'll do some additional painting at our senior centers and stuff like that. But this is just a month to really kind of lean into that and celebrate the existing art that's in place and the history of art and culture in our community.
That's awesome.
Good.
That's really beautiful.
Good.
And I saw online that you guys had the Paragon Park groundbreaking ceremony earlier.
We are so excited about Paragon Park. We've done a lot of things with Paragon Park over the years, and so now this is kind of the next phase of this. I believe, I don't have this in front of me. Oh my goodness, I have to put this. I'm gonna have to track this down. I think this is phase 3. If I'm wrong on that, I apologize to our community services. Phase 2 or phase 3. Of Paragon Park. So what they're doing over here is they're making new efforts in the skating community. They've invited skaters and residents to come and be a part of the groundbreaking process for them to design some new features in the skate park. So that's going to be new rails, new jumps. I know there's going to be they call it a big bowl that's down there. And so if you go over to Paragon Park, yes, it just looks like a big hole in the ground, Mike.
Of course,
it's not a swimming pool.
Oh,
even though when it rains, it's a little bit of Mother Nature swimming pool right now. But what the cool part about this, and I really liked what our council did with this. They took input not just from the community, but from the skater community specifically. What do you guys want to see in this park? How can we make this skate park better? And if you think about that, over the last 15, 20 years, people have viewed the skating community as a nuisance.
Oh, yeah,
right? We don't want them skating on our sidewalks and, jumping on, the sidewalk benches. And it's like, well, where are you supposed to put the skaters? Because they're skating. There is a large group of them. So we said, hey, let's build them a skate park. And so Paragon Park, which also is another one of our beautiful parks, it's got a weightlifting facility and it's got basketball courts and all that kind of stuff. It's going to clean up a lot of that stuff. It's going to give an addition to in addition to all the skating features, they're going to put up new nets and new rims for the basketball goals and some lighting, and they'll do some work on the restrooms and some of the water fountains that are there. But I was just out there last week. It's got a good parking setup already, and it's in a great location there. So this is going to be a good place for our skaters, and it's kind of one of those things that's for them, by them. Because we've allowed them to come in and provide their input, and now our city council is going to bring that to fruition. So on March the 7th, we officially kicked that off, the groundbreaking event. We had some members of the skater community that was out there as well. They got to be involved in that, gave out some pizza and some soft drinks. And I would say that this is probably going to be completed probably early 2025. Wow. So by the time we are talking this time next year, they should have this thing up and running, hopefully sooner. But as construction goes and weather goes in that area, we're calling it an early 2025 grand opening.
Oh, very nice.
Cool. Good.
Yep.
When I saw this online, I was really encouraged because, looking at me, you may not guess it, but I loved skating.
Yeah.
I was like, that was probably like 30 years ago,
right?
30 plus years ago. But, skating was hot back then too. Yep. And so when I saw that, I was very encouraged because it's a safe environment. Then you don't have to worry about pedestrians walking and all of a sudden you have to skate away from them, kids and stuff. And then for the skaters, it's a good, safe environment for them too.
Yes.
So they know it's built for them, by them. So I was really encouraged. And I remember telling Mike about it when we started talking about back in the day. But so that was really
It's a good thing for them.
Yes,
yep.
Almost makes me want to pull my skateboard right back
I know
out.
it right there.
When I had about 40 years ago.
We'll have a whole different look. We'll have the helmet on, the pads on, knee pads, every kind of pad on.
All the skaters are looking at you like, really?
Yeah. If I try that stuff now, though, I need all the pads and then I need a icy hot and Bengay afterwards and a few ice packs.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're all the same like that, Stephen.
Yes.
So, talk about things that I saw online on social media. I saw that you guys are going to have breakfast with Bunny. That's coming up soon.
Breakfast with Bunny is this weekend, getting ready for the Easter holiday here. It's going to happen right here at City Hall. I do think there's a couple seatings that are still open for the community. So if you're interested in doing this, great opportunity to come in and get a real personalized experience with the Bunny. That's going to take place on March 23rd. There's 2 seating times from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. and then another one at 10:45 to 11:45. They do the big Easter egg hunt extravaganza right there on the City Hall lawn. Of course, that's everybody's favorite. And then there'll be pictures with Bunny, with the Easter Bunny if you want to come. And the line goes really quick. It's a great opportunity to come snap your photo. We'll even give you a photo keepsake. It's a little frame that they make for the kids. And it's only $3. So they'll print your picture out right there and then you put it in the frame. This event costs $10 for children ages 5 and up. You get to have breakfast. That includes your picture. And any child that's under 4 years old is free. So if you haven't signed up yet, get online at our Civic Rec portal, which you can access on our website, cityofparis.com, and you can get signed up for a couple of those last spots for Breakfast with Bunny.
Very nice. That sounds like a fun event. And, one thing that I appreciate about City of Paris, you guys do these things for the kids. The Breakfast with Bunny, then you get Breakfast with Santa.
Breakfast with Santa, Christmas time.
So that's very, very encouraging. It's very fun.
That's only going to be a few months down the road.
Yep.
Yeah. Another...
Christmas is right around the corner, man.
I'm 3 years old. Can I get in?
Yeah, exactly.
We haven't even hit summertime. We're already fast forwarding to more cold weather, right?
Yes.
That's what they do when it comes June. Okay. Halloween.
So now that I've been looking online, you guys celebrated Mimi Moore's 105th birthday yesterday,
Mimi
right?
Moore, she is awesome. She's one of our community members. The mayor went out to go celebrate her 105th birthday. She's a good friend and a longtime Paris resident, so we wanted to wish her a happy 105th birthday to Miss Ethel Mimi Moore. Mimi, known by her friends and family, and the mayor presented her with a bouquet of flowers and a certificate of recognition. So if you know of Mimi or you get to see her or anything, wish her a happy 105th birthday. She looks great. 105. That's awesome.
Wow.
So congratulations to her.
I saw a post on social media from one of our community members. And then I saw it from City of Perris. She looks fantastic.
Yep.
Like
Awesome.
60, 70 years old.
Yep.
Wow.
She's great.
Bless her heart. Good for her.
Yep.
Wow.
So the mayor got to go out and present her with a bouquet of flowers and a certificate. That was really cool.
Nice.
Very nice.
Happy birthday, Mimi.
Happy birthday, Mimi. That's amazing.
Mimi. Yes.
I'm sure, Mike, you've probably seen her. Or
I probably have.
Yeah, you
I
have to look at her
have.
picture. So, Stephen, it was great to catch up with you.
Sure
We're looking
was.
forward to our next podcast. So stay tuned. Follow City of Perris online at City of Perris. All social
our
media.
channels.
Yep. Awesome. Thank you so much, Stephen.
Thanks for having me, guys. Good to be back.
Thank you.
Thanks for listening to the Mike and Phoebe Show on Alternative Twist Radio. If you missed any past episodes, just search the Mike and Phoebe Show or Alternative Twist Radio on any major podcast app.